Gowdy strikes fear into the heart of the swamp with what he just unraveled at the hearing by US4Trump.com. Thursday, the House Judiciary Committee held a hearing with FBI Director Chris Wray and Assistant Deputy Director Rod Rosenstein after the release of the IG report. In an open hearing, Wray and Rosenstein were put on the spot and grilled over the bias found at the FBI. Representative Trey Gowdy slammed Peter Strzok and his bias at the House Judiciary hearing in a fiery statement, along with calling out Rosenstein and Wray for possibly holding evidence from the American people. Gowdy grilled Strzok, who was leading the investigation on Mueller's probe, and he pointed out that Strzok was calling Trump a disaster and that Trump would destabilize the country while he was working on the investigation. Peter Strzok, who was picked to objectively, fairly, and neutrally look into the Russian investigation, was talking about an insurance policy with Lisa Page in an event that Donald Trump became president. In addition, Peter Strzok's girlfriend, Lisa Page, told Strzok that he was meant to protect the country. Gowdy continued listing off the damaging comments that Peter Strzok said in his text messages to Lisa Page, one of which Strzok said no will stop him when asked by Lisa Page if he will become president. Let's just take a listen here.
The Russia investigation has been going on for almost 2 years now. Special counsel's investigation has been going on for over a year now. For most Americans, it's important to know what Russia did to our country in 2016 and with whom, if anyone, they did it. When a foreign state interferes with our democratic electoral process, it should be a chance of a lifetime for a law enforcement agent to investigate that, except apparently the one that was actually picked to investigate it. That was Peter Strzok. FBI agent Peter Strzok was picked to lead the FBI's investigation into what Russia did in July of 2016. It was a counterintelligence investigation begun in late July 2016, and he was leading it. And at about the exact same time he was picked to lead it, this dispassionate and fair FBI agent was calling Trump a disaster, destabilizing for the country. I'll leave out all the adjectives he used to describe that. I'll just go with disaster and destabilizing. Same time, his FBI lawyer girlfriend, Lisa Page, was telling him he was meant to protect the country. This neutral, dispassionate FBI agent said, I can protect the country at many levels. Same time, Peter Strzok, who was picked to objectively, fairly, neutrally look into the Russia investigation, was talking about an insurance policy with Andy McCabe and Lisa Page in the event Donald Trump became the president. All of this was happening at the same time Peter Strzok said he could smell the Trump support in Southern Virginia. All of this was at the same time that this FBI agent said a Trump presidency would be effing terrifying and that it will never happen. No, we'll stop it. So while investigating Russia and their attempt to subvert our democracy may have been important to the rest of the country, it wasn't all that important to about a half dozen FBI agents and lawyers who were assigned to the case. For them, it was an investigation to stop Donald Trump, which then brings us to May of 2017 and the appointment of special counsel, where we find Peter Strzok again, this same supposed to be dispassionate, neutral, fair FBI agent. You would think he'd be really excited about investigating what a foreign power tried to do to this country, but you would be wrong again for Peter Strzok at precisely the same time that Bob Mueller was appointed. Precisely the same time. Peter Strzok was talking about his unfinished business and how he needed to fix and finish it so Donald Trump did not become president. He was talking about impeachment within 3 days of special counsel Mueller being appointed. 3 days. That's even quicker than MSNBC and the Democrats were talking about impeaching. Within 3 days, the lead FBI agent is talking about impeaching the president. So this is where we are. We're 2 years into this investigation. We're a year and a half into the presidency. We're over a year into special counsel. You have a counterintelligence investigation that's become public. You have a criminal investigation that's become political. You have more bias than I have ever seen manifest in a law enforcement officer in the 20 years I used to do it for a living. And 4 other DOJ employees who had manifest animus towards the person they were supposed to be neutrally and detachedly investigating. Democrats are using this investigation as a presumption of guilt, which I find astonishing, and in the long run for the health of this republic, I would encourage them to go back to the presumption of innocence that we used to hold sacred. There's a presumption of guilt. There's a desire by Democrat senators to fundraise off of your investigation. More than 60 Democrats have already voted to proceed with impeachment before Bob Mueller has found a single solitary damn thing. More than 60 have voted to move forward with impeachment, and he hasn't presented his first finding. So I'm going to say this to you, Mr. Ray, Mr. Rosenstein. I realize that neither one of you were there when this happened, but you're both there now. Russia attacked this country. They should be the target, but Russia isn't being hurt by this investigation right now. We are. This country is being hurt by it. We are being divided. We've seen the bias. We've seen the bias. We need to see the evidence. If you have evidence of wrongdoing by any member of the Trump campaign, present it to the damn grand jury. If you have evidence that this president acted inappropriately, present it to the American people. There's an old saying that justice delayed is justice denied. I think right now all of us are being denied. Whatever you got, finish it the hell up, because this country is being torn apart. I would yield back, Mr. Chairman.
The only thing where I disagree with Gowdy is here where he says that the Russians have attacked the country. But really? Not to affect any election. Come on, you know, that's a... But he knows that the end is near for the swamp rat, so I think he chose sides. But I was very impressed with his speech, so to speak. You know, I liked what he was saying, other than when he began about the Russian, doing damage to the country, because the only people doing damage that I see to the country are the Democrats. That's who I see, and it's in our face, you know. If Russia was doing something, it was so minor, it would have been blown off. But the Democrats are in full force, and the Department of Justice, as you can see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and again, thank you so much for watching.